a lot longer than I wanted to do, but I thought it was important to know what the matchups, because once the tournament starts, nobody's coming in. Nobody is coming in the tournament after it starts. So once it starts, that's what it is. The seed's going to stay the same. The matchups will go as we go out, but just for you, put in that other email is that we have 17 sites that are hosting games in our area. 17. 5 of those sites, because we got 22 teams that are playing home. 5 sites have 2 games. Those are E.E. Smith, Scotland, St. Paul's, East Bladen, and Overhills. Those are the 5 schools that have 2 games. Now, I made the assignments, and what John said, all but 6. Those I would give, because some may have been working. If they weren't working, I'm gonna just take them off and put them somewhere else. Guys, this is what we live for. This is the season now. This is the postseason. Clinics, the tests, the scrimmages, all the things that you work. Now, this is a lot of the teams. A lot of team seasons are over already. Okay, thanks. I appreciate that, Tony. So I'm gonna tell you as we go forward, there's gonna be some changes. I'm gonna put some things out in writing, but as of today, a lot of times when we have our games at these different locations, we have people come in for the pregame, come in at halftime, and after the game. The only people coming to our locker room is going to be the crew that's working. I want you to be focused. I don't need someone coming in telling you, asking why you did this here. The regular season, the conference tournaments are over. This is the state playoffs, and I'll put that in. So if somebody has something for you, you can meet them in the parking lot or something else. All right. I want you to go in and be focused on your game. So your pregame, it should be the referee, the U1, and the U2. Okay. Somebody rides with you, is going anyone right. Hey, just have them stand outside. Look, guys, this is the best time. I mean, again, and what's unique about this year is this. We have a new supervisor of officials. I mean, it's a new season, and this, like I say, the new season as far as the postseason. Those teams are on their way to the ultimate goal, is to the state championship. So again, I won't very seldom. I come in at halftime. I was going between games. I was leaving, sitting first the other night on my way to E.E. Smith. I stopped and said a few words to the crew, but for the most part, I stay out of your way. And after the game, I might come in, but very seldom do I do that, because I know I want you all to conduct a postseason, post-game conference with each other. At this point, I made every assignment this year. I made the assignment that you're going to work on. So I know who you are, and I think we both know, you know what I expect, and you know what you expect of you, yourself, and your crew. So again, unless it's something I think I need to go in there and do, it's not good or bad. But again, I like to stand up there and take all the hits from the things that you did on the court that did not do. Because they looking across the court. I was at E. Smith the other day, and they stopped looking at the referees complaining. We had the 3 officials. I was sitting over there mid-court over there, and they were throwing their hands up like, "Hey, Earl, okay." You all probably, a lot of times, y'all doing exactly what I want you to do. So every time they think you missed a call, they look at me. So I don't have a problem with that. So I don't need to go in there and tell you what they said. All right. So if I'm at a game and I don't come and talk to you, hey, I like to kind of take the slack, take the flack that people give the crew, because you're a representation of our association and me. Again, like I say, don't fault them. I'm the one that made the assignment. And I mean, not most of them, not some of them, all of them. So that's what I do a lot of times. Hey, when Terry Self lost the other day, one of the guys told me about, the kids are held accountable, the officials should be held accountable. I just listen to whatever they have to say. I mean, but I want to keep other people out of the locker room. Again, because some of y'all going to work Tuesday night, some are going to work Thursday night. And again, on what? Saturday night. Somebody going all the way to March 11th. Okay, so again, having all the people kind of, and we got nothing taken away from anybody, but I got people work middle school and they're telling you what you should be doing on this. Look, regular season, that's good feedback, and okay, you can try to educate, but now it's on certain people working. Okay, and that's going to say now after the first 2 games, after Tuesday and Thursday, on Saturday, what normally has happened is I've had 6 games, 3 men's and 3 women. That's a total of 18 people. That's the sectional championship. The following Tuesday, I had 3 games. That is the regional semifinals, not the regional semifinals. 9 people are working. For the regional championships, I have 2 crews, 6 people are working. And then on the 11th, which is the state championship, I have 3. So we go from 18 with 6 games on Saturday to Tuesday, the 28th, 3 games, 9 people. Then we go to that Saturday, the 4th, 2 crews with 6 and 3. Okay. So again, guys, I had people at every day. This, if everybody accept their game today, this will be the first time that I've made assignments and everybody accepted the game.
Everybody's not accepting it.
I know it, not yet, John. I mean,
No, someone just texted me back saying they can't do it.
See, again, so that's what I'm saying. It's not a day, so the record is going good. All right. So going forward, hey, and like I said, and that person was probably, I know he's St. John, so now he knows that. But my thing is this: we had people close out on Friday. Probably one of our most demanding days we had as far as what? Competition. We had some of our best games. Some of the best game we had. See, it's how you perform and high leverage in the big games. It's not anybody can go out and say, okay, yeah, I can work tonight, I can work. But again, I want to make sure, because again, I believe in things being earned, not given. Okay. I believe in being earned, not given. I've had some, and I'm going to start talking to some people. Some people already requested for me to do a professional development session with them, and I will. I'll do just that. Because what I don't want to do is that I want everybody to know, because this is the time of the season where when your season is over and people want to know, well, what I got to do, but just understand, when I lay those requirements, those different things out, what you do, that everybody gets the same thing. Right now, it's 77 people on this call. So if 77 people do exactly what they need to do to make it to the state championship, it's only going to send 3. They're only going to send 3. So if those 77, hey, that means what? 74 did everything that, but someone does it better. Okay, there's people on this call have kept their blocks up the entire year, went to all their games, did everything I've asked them to do. And some, hey, again, and no one here on the call has to justify why I made the decision I made. That's me. I expect you just go out there and do your job. All right. So again, a lot of people tell me about certain reminders, but things that you did during the season, hey, I had to make decisions. But again, this is the best time year for me, because guess what? When I look at it, and I got a lot of people are doing something tomorrow for the very first time. They're working their first state playoff game. Some being the first time they've been in state playoff as a referee, and some of them on a number 1 seeded team, a number 2 seeded team. But again, right now, I put all the brackets, all the different lineups, because again, don't question, if I got you on a 16-17 game, that's probably the most competitive game I got. That's most, if I got a 15-18 game, which I do, I got a 16-17, I got a 15-18. I got some teams that playing each other. The Red Springs girls playing the East Bladen. I try not to put people back on the same game they had earlier, but still, I got 3 probably state championship level officials on one game, because that's what I think the game needs. That's why I go to the games. All right. We've had some, I'm not going to give the whole, what the season has been, but it's been probably the most challenging, but probably also the most fun for me. Because again, a lot of people have done a lot of firsts. A lot of people had their very best season they had since they've been in association. As some great newcomers. When I say even Derek Cantor came last year, see what he's done. Hey, Vincent Harper come this year, see what he's done. I mean, Jason Ennis, a lot of guys have come and done great things. And I'm a firm believer, look, hey, you're gonna get in, hey, I'm not gonna I've never believe in holding things back from somebody like just because you just got here. Because most of y'all that came in from other places, you weren't new to the game. You just new to the team. And no matter what I say that, everybody accepts it until when I started making assignments. Okay. Had an individual in going to the Lumberton, setting the first game in the last regular season game there, was in a car accident. Had to make some changes, and someone else went over there. Had somebody on Friday night, got sick, was going to the championship game, a state championship official, was able to make changes. Guys, the things that have done, like I said, I've just, as John stated, somebody just text back saying they can't work tomorrow. It's not one day this season that I've signed games when everybody accepted the game. I think we got to get better at that. I would have loved to have signed the games today and just accept them for you. Some of you all do that. A couple guys shaking their head, because every time I see your game, you just go do it. Now, yesterday, just to tell you where we are, I'm gonna read it. Well, we had the reason the things that first of all, some of y'all track it. High school OT didn't finalize the brackets to 10-12 on Saturday night. We weren't able to get our assignments. Some people who working for other signers on the call probably got something on, not on Dragonfly, but you may have gotten something on Arbiter. And if you got something on Dragonfly, you might have got deleted because the way things was input. Now, I have embraced the Dragonfly. John Owens, very knowledgeable on Dragon. Him and I could have fixed that for him. I mean, no problem. But we had a meeting last night. I think I was trying to send you all the email. I just got a text message about this baseball scrimmage on Saturday. But anyway, because we had a meeting with the regional supervisors. It's 9 regional supervisors in basketball. We had a meeting with the NCHSA supervisor officials last night at 8:00. And it's because this is the first time, guys, we did Dragonfly in the fall, and then but nothing like basketball. What we don't understand, we just think we go out and do basketball. Basketball has 2 varsity sports. We got the girls varsity and boys. So what we did in football, hey, basketball is like football on steroids. I mean, we got all these games and all these different things. It was overwhelmed. So they didn't get it correct. And I didn't start signing. I mean, I couldn't, all the games that started before 7 o'clock, I couldn't make a change to them. And everybody, the schools was sending me things and sending everybody, but it's the same thing was happening to me here in Southeast was happening everywhere else. I could change the second game. Even like now, Scotland came in and said, James Everson, he changed this. But again, we were ahead because we had a little bit of knowledge. But I just, right before you all came on the phone, I got this, the supervisor official just sent something else to us. And again, hopefully, this is for everybody here now. We shouldn't be having to, I think I looked at it, and I'll look at it again in a few minutes. It has come to the attention of the NCHSA staff that some playoff games in Dragonfly have been duplicated. In the effort to correct this issue, we have been in contact with Dragonfly. They are in the process of deleting the duplicate games. As a result of the deletions, officials may be notified that they have been unassigned. Subsequently, they will receive another notification indicating they have been reassigned to the same game. Guys, whatever you got right now, they shouldn't affect, but I know somebody may go in there. The game that you have is the game that you have, all right? Yeah, please reach out to your officials and make them aware of the situation. Moving forward, please do not add games to Dragonfly. If you do not see a contest, please notify the NCHSA immediately. Schools will contact you to give you their information such as time, location, etc. See, and that's what I didn't do. And some of the regional supervisors were not aware that the state was going to put the tournament, and what we did in our tournaments, the All-American, the Sand Hills, the United Eight, the Whack-A-Mole, Carolinas 1A, all the things that we did in the SAC 7, we did the tournament bracket then. So again, if you get something right now that tells you that games are deleted, something like that, hey, just text me real quick. But again, like I say, the meeting we had was not good. I mean, because again, it's very frustrating for some reasons of us. So again, just want to tell you that. But from now, once we're there, now again, how are we going to go? You know, right now, it's different seats we got. We got total of 39 teams playing. We are hosting, 22 our teams are hosting. 5 have do it. Now, what may happen tomorrow? If you got a game at St. Paul's, East Bladen, E.E. Smith, Scotland, any of those games that the teams that has 2 home games. Now, if I would text you, but right now, 6, someone just told me they couldn't work. All right, and so some people asked the question already. Hey, when we had the game tournament games, the idea is I'm trying to build the program. If I let the same top people do 2 games and everybody stay at home, I'm not helping. Okay, so everybody's gonna do 1 game. It's a tournament fee and everything else. The only game that's not a tournament, well, all of them, 1 game tomorrow is being played at the O'Neill School. That is their 4th round game. All right, they got the 4th round. Their 5th round is Thursday, and their state championship is on Saturday if they make it. All right, that's everything else is a 1st round NCHSA playoff game. All right, so if I reach out to you and tell you, and that's not going to be everybody on that. It's not going to be everybody. Maybe that one person might have 2 games. It's a possibility. Because again, at this point in the season, and throughout the whole season, I got to put people on the game that can work the game. I mean, a lot of times, first, but if you're on the game, I don't really have that many. We got a 1 seed with E. Smith. E. Smith is a 2 seed. Richmond is a 2 seed. But those games still going to be competitive. No one wants an official that can't do the job. Every school wants the best officials. If I put an official out there that can't do the job just to give them experience, and they cause the team what they it's going to be the official. They lose that game, they're number 2 seed, and they're number 1 seed. Hey, you know, I got to live with that. And so again, some of you all have reached out and said, hey, thanks for the partners. But again, this state playoffs. Some of y'all worked hard, and it's now you've earned this position, and that's what you're going to do. So, in saying that, hey, contact one another. I mean, make sure everybody knows. Hey, we had several times doing that. It's not a week went by when somebody didn't show up at the wrong school. It's kind of easy now because I put the brackets out there, and you know where everybody's playing. All right. And Cecil Mark did share with us about arriving on time. He addressed the tire that you show up in. And some of y'all get great comments already today when people ask you, you know, hey, how we in association? That's just tradition of what we do in tournament play, how we become dressed. So that no issue here. Be approachable. Hey, still 0 tolerance. Hey, we got language. Hey, if they disrespectfully address an official, all those things apply. Every night you go to the game, one team going to go forward, one team going to go to the house. They're done. I mean, so again, we don't want to let them ruin somebody else's season. We had a crew the other night get together and had an intentional foul. The crew got together, the call was made, they got together and got it right. The other night I was at a game, it looked like from another official's point of view, it could have been intentional. They got together, they talked about it, they stayed a common foul, but in the crowd, because I'm sitting up there, and they knew what the officials was talking about. Some, of course, they didn't want it to be, and some wanted it to be. But just the idea that those officials got together and addressed it, and that's what it is. When you got somebody, I saw several games in the conference tournament where you had to warn somebody. Hey, if it deserves a warning, that's what I expect you to do. If it deserves a technical, just say, you're working this time of the season because that's the type of official that you are. Okay. So again, it's good to see that because again, just because it's the game, it's not your responsibility to keep them in the game. But again, it's good to see some of the decisions that you're all making on it. Because I know what it is when they wanted the fourth foul on this particular, they're calling for this number, and you go give it to the other kid, the other player. I mean, it's good to kind of watch some of your work. I'm serious about that. Is that sometimes people that, well, you could do this, but some of y'all, I guess I mean to all sincerity, I enjoy watching you, the way you handle your business, and so I want you to continue to do just that. Other than that, from the basketball thing, like I say, going forward, as soon as we've just submitted the names for the final 2 games, we got 2 regional championships and we have 1 state championship. I was trying to reach out today to the independent schools commissioner. I sent him a text, tried to get to him this weekend. He wanted to talk on Monday. I didn't get a chance because we had all trying to get this bracket and the day's assignments out. So I'll talk to him tomorrow. But their state championships is this Saturday. We had 5 games on this past Saturday, which was their 3rd round. Faith Academy is playing tomorrow on the road. Both Trinidad, they beat Northwood Temple at home, so they going forward, as is Favorite Christian girls. So it's a possibility. Right now, we have 3 teams that still remain. I want to say Favorite Christian, I think, is still in there. But they have a team like we have Farmville Central. That's called the Burlington School. That's where everybody dreams going to die right there. So one of our teams got to go play them. But again, we have some teams that are playing deep into the postseason. But I'm going to try to get, it's a couple of things. Like I say, I set goals like I hope some of you do every year. And one of the things was all the payments. I'm able to make all the payments for the private school to include the one tomorrow. The ones that are all 5 games that play Saturday, they got paid on Saturday. The 1 game they're going to play tomorrow, they get to do that as well. So hopefully we're going to keep this thing going. And again, we know how it is when you're going to play in other schools. I will ask probably you'll probably get after tomorrow's games. I will probably send certain people, save the date. What that means is that, hey, I want you to say the games on Saturday are championship games. Championship games. I mean, I've had a couple of people this year. I haven't owned it, but I say a couple. That's what I mean. Two people put travel distance requirements on themselves. If you tell me the basis said they were only going so far. So guess what? In the playoffs, they're only going so far. So their season gonna be in probably Thursday if they work Thursday. Because it's not fair. I can travel during the playoffs, but I can't travel during the regular season. Okay, so the decisions that you make during that time going to affect you right now. So if I tell you to save the date, that's what it's for. I mean, Saturday, our games will be, we can no longer have teams in our area after Thursday. All right, the assignment's going to come. Some people can't handle, you need to know early, and I have no problem with that. Now, that's one of the reasons I ask. If you have a game tomorrow and you're the referee, all I ask you to do is go in there where it says the score. When you go in the game details, you can go in there and just whatever team wins, you don't have to remember the score. You're not going to get extra points if you remember the score. You just put 2 for the team that wins, and leave 0 for the team that loses. So do that. That automatically sends that team, regardless of whether it's our team, when I say our team that we host, home or the visitors, it automatically advances the other team to the next round. Okay, if you're the referee, so do that. That helps out everybody. I will see how many, because we can all kind of tell. Hey, if it's the first round, if you're 16 or higher, you get a home game. The next time you just cut it in half. All right, they're 8 or higher. They're gonna have what? Home game. So I know how many. If E. Smith, both of them win. Hey, if Richmond wins, I mean, you can kind of go through and tell if everybody stays like this here, we know who's gonna I know how many games I'm gonna have. But after this round, after the first round and after the second round, but I probably won't get they have to advance it. I can kind of look at it and see who I'm gonna put together, but I can't publish the assignment until they update their portion, the NCHSA. But I want to help them, and you can help them by doing that. That's one thing I shared with the other supervisors on the call last night and asked them if they would do the same thing, we would get, because it'd be great if at the tomorrow night I can make assignments like either late Tuesday night or at least early Wednesday morning. I don't have to wait till they come in and work at 7:30 and do all that stuff they got to do. If you just do that part, that would help out. But the way it goes, and on those who have went beyond the third round, you know what we do. We have to contact that athletic director. We get all the information, because sometimes I got crews where both have male and female, and they ask about where to park. Hey, I'll ask them, hey, are you, this year I shouldn't have to, but I will ask them about, are they on Dragonfly Pay and all those different things, kind of coordinate that, because the games could start at 1, 2, 3. Of the 5 games I had on pass this Saturday, 3 started at 1 o'clock, 1 started at 4, and 1 started at 5. And the public schools may go a little later, but some of you all have been on section championship games that started at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. It's according to what their schools. So again, if you made a commitment on Saturday and you want to do that commitment, just block out, just close out. There's some people, like I say, on Friday night, I would love to have seen them work, but I mean, life's about choices. You make decisions, and I'm good with it. But again, and I would ask that if you have a thing, just let someone know that, hey, it's a possibility. If you work in the first round, it's a possibility you're going to second round game. If you work in the second round, okay. So again, but I would think most people's goals should be to get to Saturday. That is, if you can work Saturday, you have to me, in my eyes, you have the potential to work on the last game, like the Final Four. Hey, when you get to that round, you have the possibility. But again, it's, to me, is that the person that's had the best year, the person that's done all the things, they're going to advance. And those are you who went to the state championship. You know what that journey was like, and you know what it's like. Hey, the work that you put in, and I know for since I've been a survivor, I'm very, very proud of the guys that have, the individuals, the guys, kind of, let's include everybody that's done that, because I've seen the hard work. I saw where people come from, and I saw the work they did at Westover, Grays Creek, Richmond, all those summer camps and all those things. They get here and go through the season, stay as JV officials, watch the varsity, go to the pre-games, go to the post games, select, just take in and absorb all the which we call it criticism, the things they're trying to improve. So again, and some of you, I'm going to see, like I say, for tomorrow, a lot of you have a refereeing that has been a U2. Like I say, I don't want a professional U1 or U2. I want everybody to be able to do that. And some of you all seeing the team for the first time tomorrow. I looked through it. Some of you all seeing the team for the first time, especially when it got broke down to the girls team. You might have saw the boys team, but didn't see the girls, or vice versa. So again, let's go out there and, like I say, let's do what we always do. If you're going to show up, if you're not going to be there for the pregame, let the referee know. You're going to be late for some reason. I want you to work. Don't think, and that's one thing I haven't done. Or maybe you don't understand. I assign you to the game. Some people don't understand that. When I assign you to the game, I want you to do it. I don't want to take it from you. I don't want, well, you don't want Errol to find out. You don't want to say it. Why not? I want you to do the game. I want everybody in here to accomplish every goal you set. I want to be part of that process to help you get there. Sometimes it's very disheartening for me when I go somewhere, I say, and well, he didn't get here this time. He came dressed, or she came, and I was like, wow, and why wouldn't you tell me that? I want to know. Sometimes I could have just moved you. The other day when We had a official had an car accident. I mean, he could have got hurt. He was in a car accident. Wife had to drive an hour. All those things. I was able to send someone else while he was coming to another game to redirect him. That was a very important game. 71st, 1 and 2. 71st was at Lumberton. And for both. JV officials there they were there, but the guy got there in time. I worked that night. But again, we're a team, and sometimes we lose that. Some of you who don't get the work as deep in the playoff as you want, it's not because of me. You'll think that. You can say that. I have no problem with that. But again, I'm trying to set you up for success. I'm trying to do this. But again, so don't be that person tomorrow or Thursday. They go and show up late or something happens. Then I get the call minutes before, or when they call me at 10 minutes till tip off, and you haven't gotten there yet. I mean, and that's why I say everybody can't work in a short notice thing, because right now, like I say, those assignments, I wish that there's no way I thought they would be out on Sunday, because they seating meeting was over. Because even though it was late Saturday night, we should have still gotten it done. But not now. But the turnaround time, because we were waiting on somebody to update. And the reason I read that email from Cecil Monk was that normally we, as a regional supervisor, we would go put our own games in the playoffs. We saw the thing, we would have in. But now we got to wait for them. So I knew what games I had, but I couldn't assign them until when I could publish them. But what happened? Some of them did that. They published them. And some of you all say work in other groups, you probably know they did them, and then they had to do them on the state's website. So that way I say the Dragonfly, when they deleted them, then they had to go back and put them back in. So I'm just want to get ahead of that. That's one reason I had this meeting tonight. Was like, no, it doesn't matter. But if I may send you something unofficial, but I do want you to know that, hey, but if it's going to help our association, if we know who wins the first night, everybody who's 8 or below going to have a home. They're going to be at home again. Now, maybe some upsets and somebody else might get a home games. But we still got that same cast of characters, guys. Westover is hosting. Scotland's boys are playing Terry Sanford. East Bladen girls are playing Red Spring girls. So we still got some familiarity with some schools. St. Paul's, you got to be on your P's and Q's on every time the ball's dead or alive, because you know that crowd. So again, just don't lose focus. Don't lose focus, and let's finish strong. Again, anybody have anything, like I say, I will probably have I'll send some emails out. Like I say, I'll update this. I did that long email with all those things because going through looking at max preps and looking at the records, because I couldn't do the assignments. So I had to get basketball, but I got all the names. I had 22 games. I put 22 referees down there. Then I had to put some referees. Normally with referee, I had to put you all together, because some games were going to require that. Some games going to require everybody to be a referee. No matter who throws it up, but it's not you equal. But and those who own that game, you don't know. Like I say, I got 116-17 game, and that happened to think that's the Westover game. So, got coaches hard. Yeah, I expect them to play hard. But like I say, I expect you all to do. Most of y'all have been in tough situations, and that's what I like about this part of the season. Is I don't want nobody here should be having the toughest game tomorrow. You already should experience that already. And some of you, I had more than 3 people on this call that had a state championship schedule. Because my thing is to make sure you're ready when that time comes. So I'm gonna make that clear. Hey, and I could have easily double up, guys. Some of y'all would rather that. I know your pocket would have rather that. Rather than making 88, you want to 176, but you will get somewhere else. All right, because again, I could have, but then I'm not helping everybody else though. But again, when I go out to the game, hustle should not be an issue. Everything, you got one game to give it all you got. All right. Anybody got any questions for me? As we go forward. Hey, you know what the dress is, know what time to be there. Hey, again, I will send some out to everybody else. If you're riding with somebody ride with you, I want you to be totally focused. I don't want them in the locker room. Just don't want them in the locker room. All right. Do your thing. Hey, prior to, some of you got things to go. Some of you got, it's 6 games left. Some of you are going to be sign all 6. Okay. Every round. So go in there, be focused, be in tune with the crew, talk to them, listen to them. Hey, make the adjustments and go out and hey, let's have a great game and hey, let's have a great postseason. Anything in the chat, John? Anything?
Nope.
Hey, jackets. Let me tell you something, guys. If you don't have your jacket, you better let's say something out here tonight, because some people got, hey, I got somebody got an FJ. The only guy I know with the FJ is Frank Johnson. So somebody got somebody's jacket now. Guys, now is the time. There's nothing embarrassing. But the school, they'll call me, guys, don't donate nothing to the school like that. All right, don't be trying to get it. If you lose something, call me. All right, text me that night. Okay, so again, I want you to wear your jacket. So I know somebody, because I went to the thing the other night. Hey, somebody wearing somebody else's jacket. No, hey, get your stuff. All right. Again, I would just say that's part of my job. I want to make sure I will call that school. If I have to go there that night or the next morning, hey, I will. But again, my best people are working right now, this time of season. So everybody's good. Because now I know somebody got somebody's jacket there. Because when I hear, hey, somebody telling me the other day, Errol, can you schedule me with this person? Look, if that jacket don't mean that much to you, no, I'm not gonna schedule with it. I'll send y'all both to the house. Y'all can meet anytime y'all get ready. All right. So do that. So everybody's good. So okay. Now, anybody got anything else as we go forward? I mean, look, when we go to the game, look, let's just focus on the game. Hey, game day administrator. We got to get the game day administrator, have the game day administrator handle their business. Okay. 16, 17 games, the 15, 18 game, those are the kind of games I'm going to go to. It's probably a couple other guys that's not just, when I say evaluating some, I will ask some people to go out there, they're going to go to the games anyway. But if you got a 1, like I say, Eastman, 1 and 32, some of those games got 2. If you want to hang around, but again, show the other crew the respect. I'm going to contact those schools that has 2, and hopefully they got a separate locker room where you ain't going to get crowded up in there. Because again, when you try to have some, and sometimes you over here, and trust me, this group here, this is a very dysfunctional family, guys. We know that, and something can happen in your game, and you don't go back before you get out back on the court. Man, somebody already said, man, again, guys, I'm good with it. I select everybody here to be in the game. So if something goes wrong and something that, hey, I've seen everybody here work. I've seen everybody I sign on the court. So I'm good. So again, guys, let's support one another. Hey, let's get a game the right attention it deserves. Hey, I'm happy for everybody who's working in the state playoffs. I mean, it's just like I said, this is the fun time of the season. You're gonna get streamed that. I heard some of the best and worst comments. I mean, I was in a 63-62 ball game the other day on the sideline. I mean, hey, guys that worked the same crew. I mean, I can call names because Daryl Page and Greg Perkins on the week before. I mean, a couple of nights before, they was on the Pernell Sweat game. They went to overtime, and then they went over to that game. Mike Garrison down that. Hey, it was some good basketball. I mean, there's some great basketball. A lot of 2-point, 1 possession games, and that's how the game's supposed to be. That's what you want. Anybody can do that running clock game, guys. Anybody, trust me. But it's other games. I mean, hey, I'm glad to see Tommy Underwood going to see that West Brunswick team again after all what happened years ago. Tommy, you saw that, right?
Hey, I saw it. And I said it might be coming.
Tommy, but again, I didn't know that till I was doing the stuff.
Just make sure Daryl Page is with me on that. Now he needs that experience again too.
That's what I'm saying. Again, guys, some of the things, but I can tell you guys, the guys who are going all the way, guys. I mean, so hey, again, we got a lot of guys who've been to the regionals, a lot of guys who've been to the state, a lot of guys who first time in the state playoffs. But guys, I got faith and confidence in everybody outside. Some of y'all should be probably surprised that it is no surprise. It shouldn't be, because you worked hard and earned it. And I see a couple of faces on here, and I knew when I had made the assignment, when I was looking at all the different things, and I was happy for you, because I saw what you've done. The way you worked the middle school, the way you worked the JV, some of y'all work the same way every time. You worked hard, no matter what assignment you got. So I'm very proud of everybody here. And that's all I have. And that's out here. Now, Daryl Page, he sent some here. I tell you what, guys, there's a lot of guys on here that got a lot of experience, guys. Some been doing a lot longer than I have, and at a lot higher level. So when they say things about, and I had got a couple of comments today because I did give access. I mean, I make all the assignments, but I gave access to Larry Morrissey and somebody, and they said they love it. Never know that because they love it for you. All right. And Daryl Page shared some in the chat group. This is where the road meets the road. Best ball in the state being played right now. Hey, don't let up. Have fun and let's do what we do. Okay, again. So that's all I have. And as soon as I'm gonna talk to the state tomorrow, as soon as I can release all the people that are going to the regionals, that's going to the state, I'm gonna share it, guys. And all I ask you to do is say, be happy for them. Because you keep working hard, it's gonna happen for you. Okay. A lot of times we just end up, why did he get to go? No, don't be that. But again, some of you are doing this for the first time of getting to the state playoff in the basketball. And it's a reason. So again, as soon as I can do that, hey, I'm gonna send out those that work those championship games on Friday night. Hey, outstanding. I got from Liberty, you worked Liberty. I got many comments about, hey, how good the officiating was. I mean, so again, guys, I don't want to blow my whistle on 2 games this year. I mean, all the other hard work you did. So again, that's all I have, unless somebody got something for the good of the group. I'm gonna let you go in peace, and I will see you, and I'll be cheering for you. Hey, Tommy, old home week, they said, hey, I saw that. I didn't even notice that, Tommy, when I was doing it, till I saw it in the end. And I said, oh man, I gotta say something to Tommy about it. having that West Brunswick, man. So John had the link. I'm still gonna get credit, guys. We're probably gonna have one more. We won't, and again, some people ask, hey, was I gonna have to invite everybody? Guys, we're a best ball team. I'm not gonna say if somebody want to come on here, because again, guys, those of you who've been to the state, those who've been to deep in the playoffs, hopefully you share and people see the way you work. They see how you come in and you do your pregame. I mean, that's why I got some of these younger guys to work with you. And some of y'all been very patient. I know you're saying, hey, why is the guy working with me? Because they need to see how you do your business. Mm-hmm. I mean, they need to see how serious you take your craft. I mean, when I had Bryce Spiegel working with Frank Johnson and Larry Morris and Daryl Page and Daryl Jenkins, and on games that I knew what the outcome was going to be, but they got a chance to sit there with you and see how you go through your pregame and saw how you held people accountable. It didn't matter what the score was. I mean, it's just making our program better, guys. That's all I got. I mean, everybody accept the assignment, talk to the referees, be dressed the right way, show up on time. Let's finish this thing strong. Thanks, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night, all.
Yes.
Night.
Thanks for the comment about Westover and the All-American Conference. I'm going to talk to all those ADs tomorrow. I mean, everybody who's not paid. I appreciate that, guys.
You're down to 1, Errol.
Down to 1. Okay. All right. See, I wouldn't have had that. If Frank Johnson, when he got hurt the other day, I wouldn't have that. I would be down. That messed up my whole bracket, man. Frank, I need to see that. Frank, I need to see that MRI, man. I already called this guy on Fort Bragg. Hey, because if you using Fort Bragg guy, I'm gonna take the guy down to Cape Fear.
I don't think he's hurt, Earl. I think he's just being lazy myself.
Oh, hey, I'm trying to verify that, Keith. I'm trying
Go butt kisser.
They say if you can't be a buddy, Frank, you know what I mean?
I mean, we
Frank, are
did
you
talk
back,
yesterday
man?
about you getting a little tired, didn't we, Frank? Oops, I was
Yeah.
supposed to say it out loud, wasn't
Hey,
Frank,
Steve
are you
Honrine.
that mad that you lost your jacket, Frank?
It's me.
No, Frank
Are you that-
got about 2 or 3 jackets. He just dropped them off. He just picked up another one. Hey, Steve Honrine, are you on that scrimmage tomorrow?
Yeah, supposed to be.
Okay, okay. I mean, do you want?
I
I didn't
accepted.
think about. Huh?
I accepted the game.
Yeah, my game, right?
Yeah.
Both. But see now, did he put that game on an arbiter?
Yeah.
Okay, because again, when I looked at it, but I didn't know until I think it's a scrimmage from y'all started. I think it's at 5. Ours is at 6. The Wallace Rose Hill. No reason I know because I talked to Brian May. But see, when I go in, I just go by it. I got a little chart, man. I just go this to other people. Then I once I find out observing people, I will go back and see about who's closed out. So, and I said I was probably the last 3 weeks, you can see your season took a different turn.
Yeah.
I mean, but again, like I said, that's a scrimmage, and I'll see if anybody else. I mean, because I think Brian, the one kind of coordinated that one. He's the one kind of coordinated. He told me him and Matt. I saw Matt on the call a minute ago. Because again, I mean, so I don't know if because I don't know how he's monitoring this. I need to talk to him, Aaron Craycraft, because I didn't sign you. I wouldn't have signed. I don't think I signed anybody a game that I thought would be working tonight. I mean, so did you work at a scrimmage this past Saturday?
No, I had 2 games for him in Morehead City.
Oh, okay. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna if I need to, I mean, my thing is that hey, I was because I said I didn't know about that. Brad Spell sent it to me because he couldn't put it on Dragonfly because it's so late. He just kind of texted me the other day, and that's all I said. I discussed it tonight. Now I want to see that we can consolidate because if I had enough people to do baseball and softball, saying if you'd had enough people, y'all could have went over and got both. Like
Right.
Brian can go back and do both because Matt only does baseball.
Correct.
So I mean, he could have held it down. We could have did that. But again, I don't know how this thing gonna work out. But I kind of suspect how the results gonna be. But it ain't gonna take long. Steve, it's not gonna take.